drop him for a loss of a yard.
Oh, shit.
After the sack, he was second and 11.
Right now we're playing the toilet bowl, though. It's Lions versus Bengals. Fuck. Fuck you.
That's the only good thing about this fucking team. That is good defensive line. Carlos Dunlap, Geno Atkins.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Oh, he's not on deal.
Out of the gun, Stafford.
Oh, fuck. Oh, well, you had the ball first, man.
Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Perfect. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Well,
are you in the Discord yet?
The Cincinnati Bengals is going to be one of transition. Marvin Lewis, second longest tenured head coach in the NFL, been with the Bengals since 2003, Charles. Let go on December 31st. Happy New Year after a 3rd straight season of no playoff football.
And he actually made that franchise relevant. You remember what a wreck it was when he took over?
No.
Oh, I could have picked that.
Playoff team. Unfortunately, went 0-7 in the playoffs. That helped lead to his demise.
Perhaps, no, that would have been a pick.
There are some pieces in place, especially on the offensive side of the ball. They've got a quarterback in Andy Dalton, have a receiver in A.J. Green. That's where things start when they start the rebuilding process.
368. Passing again, Dalton on 2nd and 10. Buying time to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Ziggy Ansah in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction.
Yeah, he fucks Trump.
I'd say it's moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing him back.
Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops.
Yeah, you're doing a big way.
You gotta be fucking kidding
more
me.
pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now his shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Good adjustment, JB. I like that. Count good. Count good.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
We're niggers. We always go for it all.
So they are going for it. Now Dalton looking deep downfield.
Fuck. God damn it. He broke that fucking corner. Jesus, John. Jordan, really?
Yes, Jordan Ross.
On a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. Eluded. And he will not get away. He sacked around the 3-yard line.
I cry him.
And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that.
Fuck, man. That shit's unstoppable. Then I called it that fucking play. Damn it, I shouldn't call that. Join the fucking Discord, asshole.
Hold on, fucker. I'm about to. I gotta leave the party.
Bullock out now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. All right, CD, let's take a quick look back at what Detroit did last year. Matt Patricia's first season, they go 6-10, and prior to that, they were 9-7 in the final year of Jim Caldwell. So, look, there was some early excitement with Matt Patricia, but the bottom line is it's another year without a playoff win, and this year not even a playoff appearance.
Yeah, they have had one playoff win since the championship game of 1957, the NFL championship game. So that's hard to believe with a franchise like the Detroit Lions. At one point, they were NFL royalty. So, looking forward, Matt Patricia reshaping the team in his image, trying to get better, obviously, on defense, which is his specialty. But they fortified the offensive line last year. I think they'll keep going in that direction and become much more of a running team than they had been with Matthew Stafford leading them.
Out to the flat for Riddick. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it second down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Stafford. He gets this one to Bruce Ellington. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. Stafford now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. From the 50, Stafford. They'll roll him out right. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Throwing again is Stafford. Caught on the right side by Jones. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. It's been all passing all the time on this drive. 5 for 5, and now 1st and goal.
Feels like a case of until they stop us, we might as well keep running the offense that we like to run. Don't change up and do something different just because you think you need to. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. Rolling to his right. Toward the pylon, caught. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful. It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Give me radar.
They'll go to Blunt, try and pound it in. And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. He tried to break that plane but couldn't get there, and that's going to leave him now at 3rd and goal. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They held him out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal. Off of play action, here's Stafford. And he can't quite corral it defensively. Maybe some space to go the other direction if he had caught it. That brings up 4th down now. So on 4th down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you got all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision. Let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now Dalton. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the... And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college.
And this is going to be intercepted. It's the 2014 NFL interception leader, Glover Quinn.
Glover Quinn came into the NFL as a cornerback, but he's morphed into one of the better safeties in the league, and he just finished this one off with that nice pick.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A good pickup there, a 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. Here's Stafford now on second down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Now it's Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Stafford escaping the pressure right. He goes full extension, and he's got it. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
On second down, here's Stafford. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. Now Stafford on third and goal. The quick slant caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. In for the score. And the Lions are in for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Returning it, John Ross. Hopping over the top. And he's got some space here. There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. As his guys are in for 6. And the Bengals are in for 6.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times where they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
So out now come the Lions. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
To throw is Stafford. Trying to... It got his man complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. The final shot before the break, Stafford. He's going to let this one go deep. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
That defensive front four has been very good. They've just not let the running game get going, have they?
Not at all. In fact, the entire offense just looking a little bit out of sync in this one.
Yeah, sometimes this is why coaches like 4-down defensive linemen, they feel like they can cover more ground when defending the run. Now,
meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They are going to go for it. It's Stafford. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Well, they've got the slim deficit, decided to go for it, hoping to keep the football score and erase that deficit. But, boy, deep in their own territory like that.
Let's just say that with that call, me and the head coach will agree to disagree. All right, but he knew he wanted to be aggressive there, as you pointed out. So I'll guarantee he told his defense.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Ezekiel Ansah in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Dalton sets up play action. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. Play action here with Dalton. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Open man is Uzama. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
Not only did they fake it, not only did they pick it up, but how about the play call there? The shovel pass, which is actually a staple of many offenses, but they ran it from fake field goal and got it. How about flipping it inside and picking it up?
That's one of those where you have to have everything click right, but that's why they practice it, and their practice made perfect.
No doubt about it. You have to have the right timing. But you also...
Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. But I think a Bengal player was able to get in there. He was. And they'll keep possession of the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
52, 93, 44, 44. Here you go.
Dalton up, play action. Flush to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Big 20.
Throwing is Stafford. Open man is Galladay, complete. Now the ball comes loose, and the Bengals have recovered it. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Now he's going to let it go deep left side. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Here's Dalton. Steps away to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Ziggy Ansah. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. Passing, it's Dalton. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Boyd. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Vontaze Burfict coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Set. Blue 80.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Over the middle here to Wilson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for fourth.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here's Stafford. He'll buy some time right. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Back to the air. Stafford on 2nd down. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? Being chased out left. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Play fake. Here's Dalton. Dancing to his left. Green with a catch left side. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Despite only needing 1, Dalton to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. Returnable here from the 38. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. A 1st down carry here for Johnson. A gain of 3, 2nd down. The Lions need to move. They're hustling to the line now.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. And he comes back with 1 complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding.
Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Darquez Denard. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Johnson, the intended target. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Steps away to his left. Airing one out for Boyd. Oh, wide open, complete. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. Here's Bullock now for the extra point. Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts, not in your favor. Run your offense out there. Put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2. But I'll be darned. They ended up getting that one, didn't they?
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards.
I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now.